I've been so inspired by your video that you've been doing too, and your playing. And Bob, the band.
What's the man? So here we are in London, England. Where are we, Bob?
We're in London, England. And because we're where I keep my guitars, I'm not telling you anymore. And today we are delighted, thrilled, honoured, just maxed out to welcome Kirk Fletcher, who is currently over here for the British Blues Festival, and he's playing a short, about a 1 week little tourette. Tourettes.
Don't ask me where, but I'm over here.
He played an amazing gig at London's 100 Club last night. Beautiful, sweet tones coming out, sounded fantastic. Just so short, you know, several acts, so you could have listened to that for another hour, easy, beautiful sound. With this 64 Strat. But,
so first of all, Kirk, let's hear about this guitar. Where's this guitar?
This guitar I got from Norm Harris, maybe about 10 years ago or so. A friend helped me get this guitar because I didn't have any money. And still don't have any money, but it's a 64 Strat, and I had to
I know how you feel.
and I had to refin by Chad Underwood years ago.
So that's refinished?
Yeah, this is refin, but I've gigged it a lot, so it's kind of...
It looks vintage though, it looks like a vintage real...
Cheers to Chad. And these are two 65 or 64 Strat pickups in one. I think Sayoko made the middle pickup for me way back when, so I could have like the hum canceling in the 2 and 4 or 4 and 2 positions.
Which you use quite a lot of, sort of that really sweet sound.
This guitar was like, it's for the road. I tweaked it, changed stuff. My friend Greg Bach helped me with different pots and all kinds.
Do you know what frets you've got in there?
6100s on this one, which are too big for me now, but what am I going to do? Refret it just because they're a little bit big? No,
and what gauge of strings are you using?
10s.
10s, right.
Yeah.
So it's a nice combination, big frets.
Yeah.
That's medium gauge,
I mean, I have to definitely lighten up my attack to kind of play, because I was playing 11s and stuff before.
One thing when you were warming up, one thing I love about Kirk's playing is the way you sort of you play a chord and then you embellish it. Do you just want to show us that thing you were warming up with? That was beautiful.
Oh well, you started playing what key we were in or whatever. I guess it's not work, but you're playing like this kind of, and I just tried to play something like
two things that I love are rhythm, the groove, and also, playing chords, playing more than one note.
Yeah.
That's what I love about, that's when my ear sort of really picks up, is when I hear that, great groove, and also the embellishments, the chords, rather than just
Robin Ford. He helped me with that a long time ago.
The core of what you do is blues, but there's a lot of jazz just creeping in and flavouring and colouring, in little riffs like that, and your turnarounds and stuff. Which is just beautiful, and also some of the, the ninths and sixths and minor ninths and stuff that you do.
Wow, I just got lost here. I'm so bad when it comes to all the names of everything, because a while ago, like many years ago, I tried to kind of learn the names of everything, and then somewhere along the way, after playing so much blues and stuff, I just kind of threw that out the window a little bit, maybe too much.
You mentioned Robin Ford, who's probably a mutual hero of ours.
Oh yeah.
He started out as a sax player.
Yeah.
So he started out playing the lines.
Yeah.
So how did you start out? Did you start on the guitar, or did you?
I started on the guitar, and
you were young, really young.
Really young. I mean, my older brother played guitar, and that's how it kind of started. He opened up the floodgates.
Right. So you had a guitar around the house.
Yeah.
Right.
I always wanted to try and pick up this guitar and try and figure out how to play it.
Right.
What got you into blues music? What did you start hearing first? As a
my mom and dad, actually, my family my father was a Pentecostal preacher in church, so it's like one in the same kind of southern, Pentecostal type stuff is bluesy, and they were from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So that whole thing, and them talking about how it was in the 40s, 50s, and 40s and 50s,
which was tough.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still talking about segregation and stuff.
Oh like that. All that.
All that
yeah,
shit. Sure. Yeah, right.
That's all the way.
And did you go to the church and sing? Did you sing?
No, I didn't sing. I was too busy trying to figure out the guitar.
Right.
I love the guitar. The singing didn't come till way later after many friends and everybody told me I should start singing. I took up singing late.
Right. But so your parents, you heard gospel music?
Oh yeah.
Gospel music.
Absolutely, since
Great
before I was born. Yeah.
Great influence.
And did they have a live band in the church?
Oh yeah.
Did you ever get to play?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's pretty much until I was probably in my mid-20s. I'd done that.
So that's really how you learned.
Yeah.
That was your university.
Yeah. Church, and then having the blues and everything that was on MTV and all that too. So I had this real, basic, heartfelt thing mixed with, Van Halen. Weird.
I can't imagine you playing through a really high gain amp. I guess you did when you were younger.
I definitely played through a high gain amp. Oh man.
Talking about amps, what's interesting actually is because when I first heard you, I thought, wow, this is a really cool player, and I thought, I bet you like Robin Ford.
I hope so, because that's one of my heroes.
And so when we turn up today, we thought, we'll have a double play ready for Kirk, and then we were surprised that Kirk was like, no, give me a tweed amp. So it's kind of interesting that it's nice because you've got quite a modern. I'd say you've got the old style, but you've got quite contemporary modern style. You've taken the blues somewhere else, in a more modern way. And it's interesting to see you do that on a tweed style amp. Is there any reason sort of you've?
Oh, tweed amps are just like, to me, like almost playing acoustic guitar or something. They're so beautiful and neutral sounding to me. I mean, we could play Telecaster, Les Paul, 335, Firebird, any of those guitars through, in my humble opinion, through a tweed amp, and the voice of the guitar really speaks. So that's what I really look for. Even I play a super reverb, and that's kind of my thing. And really, I can play any guitar with that amp, and it sounds really good.
It's funny. The super reverb is, a lot of people, go wild about, the old 4x10 tweed bassman.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh yeah.
The big box, fantastic amp. But the amp that all the guys, Mike Bloomfield, Robin, everybody who is anybody seems to, for a small gig they go for an old deluxe, and for a bigger gig they go straight for the super. All of you guys, and they sound incredible. The 60s blackface supers, mad amps, beautiful.
Oh man, when the reverb's working in a super reverb. But like a long time ago, I was into more like really traditional blues, where you played like a reverb tank and a tweed bassman. That's sound.
Okay.
And I just like it a little. I like it tight on the low end, but still like on the high notes, really fat. Like the real. So I play with kind of the side of my pick and pick lighter to get more of a fatter kind of tone.
Could you demonstrate that?
Yeah, sure. Like, that's the thing, because when I was younger, I probably played a little bit more like, kind of like that muted kind of. And then when Robin came along and I got really into Robin, it was more like.
It's more delicate as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's more,
And that's right.
It's much clearer.
Cool.
It's clearer.
It's clean,
It really sings through.
Yeah, and trying to combine that with Chicago blues is the kind of, I'm telling all my secrets.
Because I follow you on Facebook, and I love the.
I follow you on this.
Oh, thank you. I love the all the sort of older blues artists that you post, and I think that's really cool that you're like a scholar. As well as a player, you're really into the history.
I really love it. I mean, and I have some great teachers too. Mr. Al Blake from the Hollywood Fats Band, and Junior Watson and Rusty Zen, and all those guys really kind of showed me the way. When it came to old older blues and that stuff. I just want people to know it's still fresh and it's still cool and you can still get into it and it's not just like some, you know, studying like old bones or something. It's still really cool.
Yeah, I mean, like one of I've done a guitar lesson on this channel, and it's the most popular one, and it was the hardest one to do, but also the easiest. It was R.L. Burnside.
Oh yeah.
You know when Dave Stewart from the Eurythmics, in Mississippi.
That documentary was amazing. I love that documentary.
And I can't even remember how to do it now. I couldn't play it, but it's just this kind of it's just hypnotic, isn't it? It's just like and you know, that's what you know, it's kind of like you listen to these guys and you think they're playing a really cheap guitar, aren't they?
Well, that's the sound.
And of course, you know, go right back. One of the great sounds. We were out the other night for your last gig, and supporting those is grand. And he was doing a pretty good recreation of some of the old BB sounds, but then going back further, he was doing the T-Bone sound.
Oh yeah.
What a sound! You know, big box, heavy strings pushing against you, fighting you all the way, but the tone, it's fantastic. Really good recreation of that.
I mean, that's like T-Bone is like the guy, you know,
you're using quite light strings then. You've got the fact that because he was using heavy strings, you haven't quite, he doesn't get to the note, so, and you're falling short of each note when you bend, just like he did. It's fantastic.
Man, T-Bone was like, I mean, like, that's the guy B.B. King was like, you know, like T-Bone. Yeah. Man. Lonnie Johnson too.
So when you were growing up, Kirk, who were you like, were there certain players that, you know, you really studied and you just like listened to obsessively? Were there sort of, could you pinpoint it, or was it just literally everybody?
Oh, I definitely listen to a lot of players, like really good pinpoint, like, cause the weird thing is though, like for me, like I was really heavily into Stevie Ray Vaughan, like when I was young, you know, maybe like 13, 14 years old, but I was really into Jimmy Vaughan too. You know, some people kind of pick and choose, they're like, oh, I don't really, you know, I like Stevie, I don't get Jimmy. Or I like Jimmy, I don't get Stevie. I like both of them the same because the Fabulous Thunderbirds was amazing. Yeah. And so was Stevie Ray Vaughan was amazing. And B.B. King was amazing. And Albert King and Albert Collins and Freddie King and Robert Johnson and Charlie Patton. All of those people were, I would get so excited about Howlin' Wolf or Stevie Ray Vaughan or whatever. I didn't really, you know, have these walls. I mean, when you're that young, you only just, you like it, you feel it.
You're right. There's no need to take sides.
Yeah.
But everybody wants to.
Yeah.
But there's no need, there's just so much good stuff.
I mean, Jimmy Vaughan was so powerful, like playing with the T-Birds, and I just thought it was just...
And if you're going out and playing blues music, and you haven't heard of Charlie Patton, you haven't heard his music,
like Tommy Johnson, Petey Wheatstraw, and just like, man, like, that's weird, kind of, a little bit. I don't know, it's weird. At least in my world.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, what's the difference between, because you live in Switzerland now, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, last 3 years.
What's it like, you know, touring in Europe compared to touring in America? You've probably been asked this before, but...
Well, I really like both for different reasons. You know, it's nice to go to Europe and not have like 37 TVs going when you're trying to play a shuffle. And it's nice going to the States playing because it's like people really understand where you're coming from in a certain way. You know, you can say silly jokes and they're like, you know. So it's like, and there are crazy, fanatical American blues fans too. And a lot of people go, oh yeah, it's like only about Europe. They're the only people that respect blues. I don't know, maybe for them, but for me, you know, it's like love everywhere. I mean, and forget gig is bad, it's just bad. If it's good, it's just good. And that could be, blues is where you find it, and your audience is where you find it. So it's all good. Both of them are good in different ways.
Yeah, so I understand, Kurt, you've got a new album on the way.
Yeah.
Have you written it and recorded it?
Yes, I've written it, recorded it, and there are some covers on there, and I just have to do vocal overdubs and horns.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you write it? What was the process? How do you write it?
Well, this record is me back to kind of square one. It's like me really embracing what I really enjoy, because the blues and blues music and playing with blues players is really what I enjoy, and I feel like I'm the most comfortable when I'm doing that. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, why don't I just play mostly a straight blues record? Right in that style, and
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know why it took me 40-some years to figure this out. Just go ahead and play blues. But you know what the thing was about it was like, I was like listening to Robert Cray, which the guy I listened to my whole life.
Yeah, strongest way.
Yeah. I mean, I listen to, and I go, wait a minute. And you know, he's like Mount Olympus or whatever, you know. I mean, and I never really thought it would be approachable. And it's still not, but the thing about it is he has these things that he does in these rhythms, and I'm like, man, this is combining all of the stuff that I'm trying to combine, but I don't know how. So a light bulb went out after, 30 years of listening to Robert Cray. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, now I'm looking at it as a musician as opposed to just a guitar player, rhythm and lead, whatever. So him and like Taj Mahal were two people that just like, I'm like, wait a minute. Between Robert Cray and Taj Mahal, it's like, Kirk, they've already been there. They've already done that. Get on the bandwagon. Like, don't copy them, but, be inspired by it.
Do you write the word? How do you compose a song? Do you write the words first? Do you write the guitar part first?
Yeah. To be honest with you, I like to, well, I don't know if I would like to do it, but it often comes out, I'll have an idea and I'll think of something like just words, no guitar even around, I'll just write some words down and I'll like kind of think about how the rhythm is in my head. So it's all kind of just pen and paper in my head. Mm-hmm. And then I'll like come to the guitar and go like, okay, what kind of groove is this melody or whatever I have in my head? What is it dictating?
And interesting now is because we're going to release a video of Paul McCartney.
Nice! Tonight. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to look at it tonight.
But whilst researching Paul McCartney, it was like, like Eleanor Rigby, the song. Mm-hmm. It's quite a sort of mystical, sad, melancholic song. Mm-hmm. And I think it was somebody asked, George Harrison asked him, what is it about? Did Eleanor Rigby actually exist? He said, no, I just made it all up. It's not really about anything.
That's
words that fitted.
Awesome. Yeah,
and are you the same? Do you just kind of, or are your lyrics sort of more personal?
Well, I started writing songs really late. Mm-hmm. So it's basically, I'm a kind of a person, I'm more of a listener, and I won't give my opinion, I'll just let somebody hang themselves. They'll talk about all this crazy stuff, and I'll be like, yeah, okay. But I store that, all of those things, and I think about my perspective and how I view the world and how I don't want to be preachy or anything. So all of that stored stuff, it's kind of like, wow, I got a lot to say now. I'm not necessarily saying the songs will be good, but I definitely have a lot to say.
You're making a statement. Together.
Yeah.
And given, a good half of what you do is expressing yourself through your guitar. And I'm really, well, probably, yeah, I'm being unkind. And I'm really interested as to how, kind of what you're thinking as you're soloing, how you build and stuff, because you build beautifully, you have lots of dynamics at your disposal. I know you move your arm up and down, the picking near the bridge a lot, especially on the Strat. You ride the volume all the time, you ride the pickups, but at the same time, you're also building it melodically, dynamically. Or do you do it so instinctively? You're just playing Kirk?
Well, there's half of that, and then there's half of me just like always. I'm always like trying to promote my heroes in some kind of way when I walk on the bandstand, because that's the thing that fired me up about playing guitar. So I'll like play little jokes with myself. I'll be like, okay, like B.B. King, how would B.B. King think about this, but in my own way? And then you just do that for so many years that you go, you're not really copying them anymore because you've just done it so many times. And it's almost like little jokes, like I would like Ryan Cooder played without a slide, and like, you know, just all of these like weird, T-Bone would play on this funk song or whatever. So it's just, you pick up all of these things over, you know, 20, 30 years of playing guitar, and it's just fun. If you could just get to that point where the tone is okay and the people are cool, and you could just get to that place, you know, where you just, you know, connected, you know, with your heart, with the guitar, and the people. It's like, then you can just have fun, and if you mess up, it's no big deal.
Well, you do that. Now, your signature song.
The Kirk Fletcher theme song.
I mean, you introduced it as that, so it's not even my joke. But it's funny because a lot of guys that write, you know, a very successful song, you know, obviously it makes them money, but then they grow to loathe it.
Yeah.
You know, but I never see you loathing it. You always launch into it with enthusiasm.
It's just funny.
And how did that one come about? Were you just riffing away and thought that's...
Well, you know how, like, if you listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan growing up, at my age, just like me, Josh Smith, Eric Gales, all the guys listen to Stevie, you know. So, like, you know that every record kind of starts, most of them start with like an instrument.
Yeah.
So I just, at that time, I was like, man, I want to do like an instrumental, but I kind of want to marry that with like a Stax kind of change. You know, so that's really, it's just playing on some kind of, you know, it's just jamming on that, and then you get to that. So it's kind of got those two different horn band and Stevie kind of mixed, and that's really just all I thought about. I really didn't think about it too much.
It's a really cool song. It has a kind of groove and a roll to it. You know, when you start it off, it almost rolls by itself, so you can ride on top of it like a wave. It's great.
And I could be on autopilot playing it too, but actually I'm not kidding. Sometimes I am on autopilot on that song. It's not that I'm tired of playing it, it's just that I played it so much, you know.
One of the many things you're famous for also is your slogans. You are, I think there's quite a weight of opinion out there online that says, you know, Kirk, fantastic guitarist, and you know, when he does the slow blues, you squeeze the stuff out of the notes, that's slow blues, you know.
Man, like, when you think of like the masters doing the slow blues,
I
mean, it kind of makes you go, even now, if you get a bunch of young people in the audience or whatever, you launch into the slow blues, it's just like that familiar, like, you know, okay, slow blues. I mean, I'm sure here, I mean, some of the slow blues masters, you know, in the UK, Peter Green, Danny Kerwin, I mean, the list goes on, Mick Taylor.
So it's really cool that, because I think one of the ways we met was via Danny Kerwin.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Danny Kerwin.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's passed away, but
that vibrato was something else. Woo!
Oh yeah. Shall we wrap this up because you're probably tired? One last question though, yeah?
Sure.
We've got a last question. Because Bob's here with a 58. 58 Les Paul.
Yeah.
You've got a 64?
Yep, 64 Strat.
And this is a
61, 62.
61, 62. Does it, in your opinion, Kirk, does it make a difference playing older instruments as opposed to playing newer instruments?
Depends on the instrument to me. I mean, I have my backup guitar on this little run is a 87 Squire, a Japan Squire, and it's furious. For what that guitar is, it's like furious. I played this a lot. You know, it was like my only Strat for a while, and I just totally tuned it in to me. You know, you might play another 64 and it sounds like the Squire sounds better. Yeah. Like for real, like, you know. Yeah. Yeah. So it just depends on the guitar, but I tend to like older guitars, not so much for any other reason than the roundedness of the notes. Because I play pretty clean, so I need it round and warm, kind of. That's about it, though.
Wow. And funnily enough, I was actually watching, just going on to Google, and I saw you playing with Joe Bonamassa, which is a wicked concept. Any plans to work with him again in the future?
Well, I certainly hope so. One of my best friends. I mean, I certainly hope he'll call me again to do something, jam or whatever.
Note to Joe.
Yeah.
Call Kirk.
Joe, call me, or I'll call you. No.
So, shall we end on what would you like to end on, Kirk?
How about a blues? Whatever you want.
I thought you were going to say Mambo.
Oh, yeah.
A Mambo.
We can.
Yeah, should we? Okay, what about, no, you choose, you're the star.
Okay, C.